I'm Wade Barris from the Canadian alternative outlaw rock band Parliament of Owls, and this is my top five. So, my top five today is top five times people have bum rushed the stage while I was playing. Now, I do two things live. So, I'll do like kind of a lot of dinner service, like acoustic, cover songs by myself, and then I have my band thing that we play in a more, venue-y sort of place. Now, I think because of me playing like the dinner services kind of singer songwriter crap, there's no buffer between fans. So it's, I'm kind of on a floor playing. So for whatever reason, and I can't figure it out, people have always wanted to come up and, middle of my set, ask me something or tell me something or do something. So, in no particular order, these are the top five times people have bum rushed the stage. So, number one, a baby. So I was playing in a little brew pub in Quebec, and the parents had their baby with them, the ones that could just kind of walk dangerously. And I was playing in the middle of the set, and they thought it was really cute that the baby was doing this little, they do their little dance thing that they just kind of go up and down. All of a sudden he started to gravitate towards where I was playing, and then he has his hand on my amp, and then he's kind of swaying, and the parents thought it was adorable, but I thought, like, this is a liability. Your baby is 100% going to fall down and crack his head on a piece of my equipment, and you're going to get mad at me, so get him off stage. So baby, don't come on stage. For all the babies listening, don't come on stage. Number two was a place that I played in Smith Falls, Ontario. I call him hat flipping guy. So number two is hat flipping guy. I was playing, and this guy runs in, and I was in the middle of a song, and it had nothing to do with hat flipping. It was like a Pearl Jam song, and he comes running, and he's all dripping sweat. He goes, wait, stop! And I thought it was an emergency, so I'm playing. I stop. I'm like, are you okay? He's like, he's all out of breath. He's like, doing like, give me 1 second to catch my breath. And I thought, oh my god, like, should I be calling 911? And maybe I should have, but he goes, okay, I'm a professional hat flipper. And to this day, I don't know what that means. And he tried to explain. He says, I grab my hat and I do tricks with it for tips. I said, okay, why are you interrupting me for this? And he proposed a plan. They said, how about you perform your song and I'll flip my hat and we split on the tips. And I thought, wow, what a novel idea. But I'm just thinking, like, this is the easiest thing to get him away from me. So I said, sure, yeah. It turns out he knew nothing of flipping hats. I think that he was more focused on his crippling drug dependency, I think, and he wanted any way to kind of facilitate getting some money somehow to continue on that journey of drug use. And he did these things with his hat, and it was bullshit. And I said, yeah. And we split the tips. So, a couple people gave us a couple bucks. And I said, on your way now, sir. Thank you so much. To this day, I don't know what hat flipping means. I don't think he was a hat flipper. If he was, he couldn't be making that much money. But I hope he maybe has found Jesus Christ and found the path to sobriety, because I think he was going down the wrong path. Number three was whenever I was playing this one show in Napanee, and it's right up close to like tables and stuff like that. And I was in the middle of a song, and this lady comes up and she says, and stops me. I said, yes, ma'am. Could we do a Patsy Cline song together? I said, no, we can't. I said, okay, what about Shania Twain? I said, no, we're not doing, I don't know who you are. Why are you asking me this? And then she got upset and she said, fine, it's my friend's birthday. Can you at least do happy birthday? I'm like, whatever, I'll play happy birthday. And it's very demeaning to play happy birthday to people, let me tell you, especially when you consider yourself a somewhat credible musician, to be playing happy birthday to old Linda in the corner that's having like, something with one of those sparkler things in it, some sort of fatty drink. But then I thought, well, maybe she'll give me a tip for that, and she never did, but hey, what can you do? Number four time that people have bum rushed the stage was recently. I played a golf course, and first of all, I'm very grateful that anybody pays me, number one, to play music in front of them, and number two, that they keep live music alive and well. So that I'm very happy for. But this time I was playing at a golf course that I frequent, and it's a lovely place. But once again, it was in the middle of my song, and this gentleman comes up, an older gentleman with his phone, and he can't really get it to work, and he's kind of putting it in my face. And I said, I don't know what you want. And he says, you know, and I had to stop once again in the middle of a song. And he's like, can you do any of this guy? And he showed me like a picture of like, which looked like a AI generated version of some old man. And he's like, you sound just like this guy and look just like this guy. And I thought, well, I must have a different perspective of how I look, because this is an AI generated like 73-year-old man. And he started playing the song, and clearly it was all AI. And he said, you sound and look just like this guy. And I didn't even know how to take that, because this guy doesn't exist. So you're telling me that I look like a 73-year-old computer thing. Like, I still don't really understand what that means. He says, you sound just like him too. So he played the song, and I'm like, once again, I must have a completely different perspective of how I sound and how I look, because I looked and sounded nothing like this robot. Number 5 was actually at a band show. We're just getting ready to go into the next song. I kind of have a little bit of a vocal cue that I do, telling a quick story, and then I go into the song. So I say the vocal cue, and then I just kind of start, fretting the notes. And this one lady comes up, and she starts kind of, asking me things and saying like, well, I'm going to have to give you my card, blah, blah. And I said, what the hell is happening here? And she says, I do this, and this. And I couldn't hear what she was saying. And I was trying to focus on playing the song. And she's like, here, well, let me just give you my card and we'll talk, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure she's a lovely lady. I don't know if maybe she had a little bit too much to drink. She definitely, I think, had too much to drink. But she had like this jacket with all these like festival patches on it. And she starts, saying like this festival, that festival. And I said, like, I do believe that this could wait until after the show. I don't think that this has, precedence over a performance at this moment. And she's saying that I'm going to the Junos, and I'm a seat filler. So I'll be able to talk to a lot of people and pass on, your band to people. And I don't think that's how seat filling works. I don't think they sit you next to, high up A&R people to discuss indie bands that you've just recently seen that played to 40 people. I don't think that's how that works. And then she wanted to give me her card, and I to this day I haven't looked at the card. And then even later I was at my merch table, and she's saying, well, can you give me the rights to promote you on this or this or this? And I said, yes, you could do whatever you want with any aspect of my career, as long as you just kind of leave me alone. So I think she probably owns the rights to all of my music at this point, and my name and my likeness and everything. So I hope it works out well for you. I could care less. I just kind of wanted to end that conversation. And this has been my top 5 times people have bum rushed the stage. Thanks.